Welcome back again to another video you were not expecting. Are you guys having some? There's no light one. Everywhere is hot. It's like I'm feeling heat. I'm feeling hot. So, of course, I'm using my mini fan here. So for me, today's video, I'll be telling you some universities in the UK and their deposit fee, their fee deposits. Yeah, their deposit fee. But the thing is, like I said, should I first tell you guys the tuition fee, or let me tell you the advice I want to say, or let me tell you first? Anyways, let me tell you first before I say what I want to say, because I know some people will not finish watching this video, and if you like, just get the name and just go and apply. Is it or no? So let me first tell you the list of these universities that offers a low tuition fee deposit. And most of you know, when you are going to UK, your tuition fee deposit is much, right? And so let me tell you the list first before I say what I want to say. So the first on my list is University of EX. So they actually have a tuition deposit of just £1,000, just £1,000, and that's like 700k naira. Yeah, just £1,000. So the next on my list is University of Liverpool. They actually have a tuition deposit of £1,000. The next on my list is Teesside University. The next on my list is Teesside University. They actually have a tuition deposit of £4,000. Yeah, £4,000. The next on my list is University of Brigham City University. They actually have a tuition deposit of £3,000. The next on my list is University of Hull. They actually have a tuition deposit of £2,000. The next on my list is Northumbria University. They actually have a tuition deposit of £2,000. The next on my list is University of Leicester. They actually have a tuition deposit of £2,000. The next on my list is University of Bristol. They actually have a tuition deposit of £1,500. The next on my list is University of Manchester. They actually have a tuition deposit of just £1,000. The next on my list is University of Kent. They actually have a tuition deposit of £2,000. The next on my list is University of Edinburgh. They actually have a tuition deposit of £1,500. And then the last but not the least is Northumbria University. They actually have a tuition deposit of £2,000. And then the last but not the least is University of Glasgow. They actually have a tuition deposit of £1,500. So that's the one I know about the tuition deposit for now. So with time, I'll post more. So fam, if you watched up to here, you know what to do. Make sure you click subscribe button. So like I want to say, yeah, there are so many UK universities like this. They have a lot of small or cheap tuition deposit. But then, like I used to say, be careful. Sometimes they actually make their tuition deposit to be this cheap just to attract you to come, and then when you get to UK, they'll start making you to run kitty kata and everything. Then University of Sunderland as well, they actually have a tuition deposit of £2,000. Yeah. University of Stirling, they actually have a tuition deposit of £2,000. So like I am actually saying, some of these universities, right, I did not mention names, so some of them might actually offer cheap tuition just for you to interest, just to attract foreigners, and then you feel like, oh wow, cheap tuition. And then when you say enter UK like this, they'll start giving you IBP. You can't sleep, you can't drink, you can't do anything. Come and pay your tuition, and then you know, most people actually depend on, you can actually work 20 hours per week for them to be able to pay their tuition. But sometimes it actually is always far from reality, because it's not always easy for you to be studying and for you to be working. The only thing you can work full time is actually during the holidays. So just imagine the school is pressuring you. You have to face studies, you have to work, you have to know how to pay your bills. And you know that something you could not know is it's not just about traveling to UK on student visa. When you study to UK, right, Whether you are doing masters, whether you are doing at least BSc, you still have time. You can still buy time. You see all these 1 year masters and PhD, they are the most distinct, because you have to successfully complete your program. If you have any leftover, how do you call it, carry over? This place is hot, guys. I hope you guys can hear me. So if you have any carryover at all, if you have any carryover, you are not eligible to postgraduate work permit. Let alone you will get a company to sponsor you, because your university has to write like a handover note or a sign out note or a letter of completion of study before you're able to change your tier 2, your tier 4 to tier 4, your tier 4 to tier 2 visa. So you have to successfully complete your study. Successfully complete your study. So if you're looking at to work and study, and then you feel like you can just have any course you like, and then especially for people that they're just going for any course, maybe they did biology and then now they are opting for computer science, they don't even have an idea, they just want to go because they want to jackpot. My dear, body will tell you. You have to successfully, and the thing is, most of these their courses, they don't really do exam. It's always coursework, it's always research. You do research. So if you don't successfully complete your programs, you can't get postgraduate work permit, let alone even getting letter of completion of certificate 2 for you to now change your visa. You're not going to get it. So just imagine if you're actually going for a degree or a course you don't actually have enthusiastic for, that you just went because you just want to jackpot and everything, and then the school is actually pressuring you to pay your tuition fee. So the school is actually pressuring you to pay your tuition fee, to pay this one and everything, and then you are still coping with how you have to struggle and pass that course. My dear, your life is not gonna be funny. It's not going to be funny. So in all these universities I've made mention of, before you actually agree to pay any of this tuition, your own is to tell them, ask them, my dear, swear with your life, are you sure if I pay this £1,000, you're not gonna stress me for the next 2 months? You're not gonna give me high BP? You're not gonna be they will threaten you so much that they'll report you to the home office. Some of them can even say you're not coming to class. Yes, because how will you even come to class when you're even working? And the thing is, when you start working more than 20 hours per week, UK government will not even say anything. They'll wait for you when you want to come and apply for your residence permit or your indefinite leave to remain. And then they'll say, according to our record, 2026, we said that you actually work more than 20 hours per week. And then that's how you open mouth, my dear. You just be dashing UK. You cannot collect air hailia, you cannot collect citizenship, you cannot collect anything. So your best bet is to actually plan. So if you're paying, small deposit tuition is actually good, it's nice, it's very attractive. But then before you pay, make sure to ask them what is the payment plan. Like I know of University of Stirling, their tuition fee deposit is £2,000, right? And they allow up to 12 installments. So probably you have to pay every month depending on your program. They have allow up to 12 installments. So even if they are telling you their tuition deposit is £500, ask them, when I pay this £500, when am I to pay the next one? And not just the next one, when am I to pay the subsequent ones? How am I splitting it? How am I let them give you a letter of installmental payments? Both of you should sign, the school will sign, you two will sign, so that you know UK is the land of law. Yeah, and you're going to another man's country. Let them sign it, let them see it and check it. If it's something you can do, don't let people deceive you that you work 20 hours per week. It does not work like that. Even when you get to UK, in the first 1 month, you might not even get a job. You might not get a job. It's not as if the job is just flowing. And most jobs that you even get with first start with £10, £10.10, because you don't have experience, you don't have UK experience. So most times it starts with £10.10. Yeah, and sometimes you get agencies that will get you this job. So they can actually be paying you higher, but you know those agencies, they will actually be taking their cut. So it's not as easy as you think. Forget whatever you see on YouTube. Reality differ. Some of these people that come on YouTube to say, oh, I was able to raise this social amount, I was able to raise this social amount, they might actually be lucky. Maybe they actually see somebody that actually refer them to a job for them to start working immediately. But you that you know that you don't have father, you don't have mother, you don't have sister in the UK, you're just going there, maybe you're even the only international student in your area. Who will help you to define job, my dear? It will help to you and your destiny. So don't compare people's destiny. When people say, hey, I was able to raise $20 million to pay my school fee, my dear, it's not the same with you. It's not the same with you, because you don't know how the place will be. You don't know who you meet. You don't know who you don't meet before you look for a job, before you get a job, last time you still come back on this YouTube to come and look for a job. So that person that is telling you, I was able to raise 100 million naira in 2 months, it might be that he's actually in a community of where there are a lot of Nigerians, where there are a lot of Africans, or maybe he has a family there, or you know somebody that helped him to get a job. And you even got support. So that's why I used to tell people, when you're planning your journey, plan your journey with yourself, with your destiny, with your own IQ. Don't use people to compare. For the fact that somebody went to UK and then the person made it in 2 months, your own can even take 20 months. Your own can even take more than that. You don't know whichever destiny. You can go there and things will work out too. But like I used to tell people, when you're thinking like this, think like this. That's why people used to tell me I'm negative. But then it's good to be negative. Always think of the two sides, because because it does not even make sense. You spend all those years outside UK to study, and then you end up coming back to Nigeria to come and meet me. So why did you go in the distance? Why do you? So many students in UK are facing a lot of things, but then nobody is talking about when they come outside to come and snap picture inside the snow. When they like, oh, you can't go to UK. Like I used to tell people, it is not just about traveling out. Travel out with a plan. Have your long-term goals, your mid-term goals, your short-term goals, your all the goals. You have a plan that, okay, if this does not work, and that's why I tell people, you don't have to depend on 1 hour per work pay. They'll pay me £10. Is it by force that you do £10 by £10? So you cannot just sit down in your house and be making money. Is it by force you have to do £10 by £10? Is it by force you have to work in the care home? Is it by force you have to do customer care work? Is it by fire by force? Did they force it to your destiny? Even whatever you are doing in Nigeria, whether you're ever a restaurant person, whether you make it, whether you're doing it, you can start doing it. And that's why I say, before you choose a city in the UK, before you choose any school, before you choose any city, try to know much about the city. Try to know how dominant the person is. If for somebody like me now, my work is online. And I used to say it in my video, I don't like a state that we have a lot of Nigerians or Africans. In fact, I even prefer to even be the only one there, to be the only black. So, but then if you know you are good with restaurants, maybe you have a restaurant in Nigeria, you're good with food, and then you start selling food, you have to look for a school that is Nigerian dominated or is African dominated, because it has people that will patronize you. You cannot go and be selling food in a strange city that you are just 2 blacks. Then who will buy from you? Nobody. So you have to look for a place that they're actually blacks dominated. So that's why I said it's important to have your plan. Know your plan before leaving. There is nothing like, they don't used to plan abroad. They don't used to, in fact, you will not even have it to think. That's why I say abroad, is it that you are sleeping or you are working? In fact, is it that you are working or you are working? Because any minute that you are not working, your bills, because you cannot even sleep in peace, because you'll be, if I'm working now, I'll be anymore. And the thing is, you cannot work more than your power. A time will come, you will see work, you will just drop. You cannot work. But you know that you're in Nigeria now, the way they will say, don't worry, there is work, there is work, don't worry. When you enter, you start working. My dear, it's not as easy as you think. It is not easy. Even me that I'm sitting here and making this video, the way my head is peppering me from wearing this wig alone, it is not as easy as you think. Especially, you know, in Nigeria, we are not so used to manual jobs, right? We are not so used, especially people like that, you are not used to all this manual work. Nobody will tell you. And that's why I said it's good to have your plans. So for somebody like me, if I were to move abroad, I know say all these are manual jobs, I know fit do them. So I'll just focus on how to actually build an online platform. It can be YouTube, it can be online. Say if it's CV, you know how to draft. I learned how to draft CV online. I learned it. I never drafted them before. Now I'm making money from it. So if in TV you know how to draft, learn it. If it is reading, you know how to correct people's English, learn it. I have so many videos that is actually coming for so many online jobs that you can do without capital. If it is anything, that's why I say it's important to sit down and plan yourself. It don't depend on that kini compahawa work. Don't depend on it. Don't depend on it, because if you depend on it, you will just work what you just drop. Especially if you're going on student this thing, because you have to focus on your studies as well. And it's not just focusing on your study, you have to come out in flying color. My dear, first decision matters. First class is very important. Very important. Yes, I used to tell you, UK does not care about your degree or anything. But my dear, if you have first class, there are so many opportunities that it will open you to. It will open you to a whole lot of opportunities. Even when you're actually applying for a job, you have first class and you have experience. My dear, the way they will package you like this, yes. Why I said UK or abroad does not care about your educational qualifications, because most people, they have first class, they just say because they have this first class, they can just fling it anywhere. First class plus experience is what is the best. And there are some schools that, and the thing is, generally white people, the British, they used to like intelligence. They can do anything for you if you are brilliant. They love people that are brilliant. They love intelligent people. Ask people that are abroad. If you know your book, like you sabi book well, your teachers will love you. They will love you. In fact, they will never allow cockroach. They even walk past you. Even in fact, when you are going your visa, they will even want to retain you to do what they love brilliant people. They love intelligent people, and that's why I'll tell you that. You see that first class, drag it. As you are dragging first class, be dragging your 20 hours pay, be dragging this. And that's why I told you, it's not always easy to drag first class when you are working. You'll be distracted. You'll be distracted. So it's always better to actually have an alternative income, and that's why it comes to planning. If it's Instagram, you can start building and start doing this thing, start doing it. If it's YouTube, you can open. Some of you started watching so many YouTube videos now. In fact, if somebody asks you how to migrate to UK or this thing, you can advise people. If you feel like you can explain to people for them to understand, look at me. I keep using myself as an example. I've never been to UK. I've never been to UK, but see the way I explain as if I've been there. So if you know you can explain like this, open YouTube channel. We are waiting for you. Even me, if I see your video, I'll go watch and learn. So your first video does not have to be perfect. Yes, if you watch my first video, that one, I know that I will just video from the book. I will just cut in at it. It does not have to be perfect. Yeah, and that's something about YouTube. You learn on the job. Nothing like now to learn. You learn on the job. So if it is YouTube, you know how to open. I feel like, oh, you've been making research about UK and everything, and then you think you know some things now. Open the YouTube. Click it. How to migrate to, even if it is short this you know how to do. Document needed for student visa, even if it's 5 documents, you know, international passport, transcript, do the video, post it. At least one person will watch. Even if they don't watch, keep posting. That was how I started. I told you when I started March, nobody viewed my video. I was the only one watching my favorite video. But look at me now. Post it. Even if it is to even say difference between UK and Canada. UK start from UK, do it. With time, before you know it, they'll monetize you. We don't know how people like your ability or just like if anything. People can like you. They can say, imagine when people tell me they like the way I talk. Some people tell me they like the way I had Yoruba to my talk. In fact, people they are not trolling me because I can't speak good English. They are not trolling me because I had Yoruba. That's why they like watching me. Can you just imagine the no? Can you even imagine how is somebody like you because you are speaking your native dialect? You see that type of thing. So you might not see the like in yourself now. It's not you that will see it. It is when you start. That's when people. So when you start thinking, hey, what if? Well, if you don't start, how will people think? What if? Start first. Do something, and at least obviously now to him. So that's just what I came to tell you. So it's okay to go with cheap tuition fee, cheap deposit, but like I used to tell you, be sure that they have good installments and don't depend 100% on your £10 per hour work. It doesn't always work like that. It doesn't always end like. In fact, you basically don't have time for anything. And that's why I said abroad is not for me, because I cannot be jobless in peace. You basically don't have time for anything. Is it that you are sleeping? In fact, if that you're sleeping, but you work at night, you do everything. So don't depend on that part-time work. So you can work. It does not always have to be like that. Like imagine the one that pays where is maybe doing weekend or doing night. Imagine at night. Even me that used to skip at night, you not be sitting. It's not easy. It's not always easy. So don't depend 100% on the part-time work, the 20 hours per work. Look for an alternative. Try something else. Something that even if you're not doing, you are still earning money. You are still cashing out. You are still this. So that even if you want to go and buy something, so that even when you want to sleep, you will sleep with your mind. You will sleep with peace of mind. You don't think, hey, I did not go to work, or if I work So sometimes UK is very expensive. It's very expensive. So if you want to live that life and enjoy, and that's why I did not go, because I know that the money that I have to go to UK, I can use to enjoy my life inside Nigeria. That is why I did not go. But you that you have the money, please go with a reason. Go with a substantial reason. Don't go 2 or 3 years and come and meet me back. I will make jest of you. I will make jest of you. So that's how you should think. Don't worry. I want to Japan. It is not all about that. It is not all about. When you want to go because you are going. Like in the next 6 months, 1 year, you should be reflecting. You be like, yes, I made that best choice. That's why I say abroad is not for everybody. When you want to go, it's okay to go, but have a plan. Set up something. Whether you're moving with a family or you're not, have a plan. Don't just watch that. No, I want to do. I just want to go. I just want to go. Bang, you go and then you're there. Reality now down on you. I'm not making. So take your time. And if you see people that are successful abroad, ask them. There are those people that took their time, so at least they planned for So guys, I wish you all the very best, and of course, as usual and as always, I can't wait to celebrate every single one of you. So far, if you like and enjoying this video as usual, you know what to do. Make sure to click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.